number 1384 of only 1780 units made in total. This 996 SPS is stunning. It has a number of eye-catching upgrades, including a set of lightweight Marchesini forged wheels, a Terminioni carbon fibre can, upgraded Brembo brake master cylinder. The list goes on. An absolute stunning bike. Here we have a stunning 916-955 SPA homologation. That's quite a mouthful. Now, the SPA stands for Sport Production America, and this bike was originally destined for the American market, for the race team. Only 50 of these bikes were hand-built at Ducati, and this is one of them. Now, the attention to detail on this bike is incredible. There are a lot of standard titanium parts. This one is extremely rare as it's a UK supplied bike, which means it never went to America. Only 2,000 miles, a full Ducati service history. This bike is an absolute beauty. It is out of the box condition, and it's a fantastic addition to any serious collection. Ducati released its long-awaited update for the 748 SPS in late 1999 called the 748R. Now, this bike featured the first production big airbox design. New, larger 54mm throttle bodies are inside the box and features some very expensive shower-style injectors above the butterflies. This bike also has an increased brake horsepower. Ducati made the 748R even racier than the S, although it does have the same frame as the Fogarty Race Replica 916. The very first models in 2000 used Showa titanium nitride front forks and a Showa rear shock, which this model has. It also has a Brembo brake system and Marchesini forged wheels. It's absolutely stunning. And what a lovely touch as well, with a personalised number plate to match. So later models of the 748R featured the upgraded Öhlins front suspension and also the upgraded rear Öhlins shock. The bike also has a very slight brake horsepower increase in comparison to the earlier models of the range, and also a lovely addition on the headstock which indicates the number of the model. In this case, number 874 out of 1500. Terminioni exhaust, Marchesini magnesium stock wheels, and some lovely aftermarket babyface Sato Racing brake and gear levers. Another stunning example in the RS 911 collection. Here we have a first generation R1. I love this bike. Back in the late 90s, Yamaha engineers were given 3 clear targets: to make the highest power, the lowest weight, and the most compact dimensions. And what they created was this: a new 998cc engine featuring a 5-valve design, big bore 40mm downdraft carburetors, and a 4-into-1 exhaust, all featuring Yamaha's X-Up system for improved mid-range, which the first generation R1 was famous for. And this one is absolutely mint. Out of the box condition. Everything is original, just as Yamaha intended. What a beautiful example of the very first generation R1. A Ducati collection wouldn't be complete without this, a tribute to Senna, the 916 SP finished in grey with red wheels. The 916 Senna I or Senna 1, of which only 300 were produced, and this is number 223. With exceptionally low miles, this is a wonderful example in tribute to one of the greatest racing drivers the world has ever seen, Ayrton Senna. He owned numerous Ducatis, he was a close friend of the family, and in the early 1990s he set about developing a limited edition model based on the hugely successful 916 series that would see the profits go to the Instituto Ayrton Senna charity. Tragically though, he did not live to see its launch. The 916 Senna combined the standard Strada specification engine with the Öhlins rear suspension and Brembo front brake discs from the 916 SP. Here we have an absolute beautiful example of the Senna. A bike that needs very little introduction, the Carl Fogarty 916 SPS Race Replica. These bikes were released in 1999 at the British Motorcycle Museum, where Carl Fogarty attended and had dinner with his guests. This bike is signed in a couple of different places by Carl, on the tank and in between the lights at the front. It even has a personalised Carl Fogarty number plate. The headstock number matches the keyring, and this one is number 117. As if the bike wasn't enough, it also comes with a Carl Fogarty Race Replica helmet. It really doesn't get any better than this. For this 916 SPS, Ducati used the 916 engine just at a higher state of tune. A full titanium Termignoni exhaust, Marchesini forged magnesium wheels, a larger airbox, and altered fuel injection mapping. And speaking of mapping, this bike even comes with the Carl Fogarty tuned race chip. The prices on these bikes are rising year on year and a sure bet for any future Ducati investment. For any information on this bike or any in the collection, contact Mark at RS911. You'll find all of the details in the description of the video. I really hope you've enjoyed looking at these bikes. I know I had a lot of fun filming them, and maybe one day I'll own one for myself. Once again, thanks for watching Shed Talk. See you soon.